Welcome to TRADEREP. This is Shorthammer. It is the 13th of August 2019, and we are looking at Amazon. Amazon, just like the market, has been pretty bearish, and we thought we were catching a potential bounce here in the 1740s when the buyer stepped in and gave us a push back into the 1800s. But the push that we need is not to this supply-demand zone. The push that we need is to the 1845 by 1858 supply-demand zone. And in this area, we can sort of bounce around, either consolidate or grind to the upside slowly. But this is where you want to be if you're bullish. If you're bearish, you kind of want to be down below this 1823 area. And you'd prefer to be below the 1740s. So we're kind of in between that right now, and we'll see which way the market takes us. But let's go to before we go to the lower time frame, each interaction, if you watch all our drops with the line here, which is the top of a channel that extends back to 2016, each interaction with this area, this channel, has led to market reversals. And we have to see what happens this time, because as we're approaching, I'll say, this area here, the global financial situation is not great as far as global growth slowing down, central banks cutting rates. So the potential catalysts are pretty heavy here, and also trade war with China right now is not leading to a lot of positive vibes in the market. And also what people are, I'll say, assuming is an apathetic Fed. Let's look at the 4-hour. So on the 4-hour chart, you'll see that in the after hours back here, we went as low as the 1718s before we recovered and bounced to the upside. So we have to see what we do today. Do we regain the 1790s? Are we going to test the 1762s? This is between supply demand zones, and for me, this back test here should be a fade if we can't get above this, a fade down into the 1760s, because we go zone to zone, and with the catalyst being negative, we should be ending up down here. But we have to see, because the news comes in hot and heavy very quickly. We never know which way the market will go. But right now, the momentum is to the downside. So let's go down to the 5-minute. So on the 5-minute chart, tomorrow's main intraday pivot is 1787. What we want to watch for is, do we open above or below this area? If we open above this, can the buyers push us into the 1790s? Yesterday, 1798 area was a strong supply area, and the reason why I say that is that there's not a single 5-minute candle. These are Heikin-Ashi candles, but I didn't get a single 5-minute candle to close above the 1798.83 area. Not a single one. And even closing above that, we'll need the momentum to push us through the 1805 area. So looking at this, I think that right now Amazon is looking slightly bearish, and a further test of the 1770s, 1760s may be on tap. But just keep an eye on the financials. The financials are financials. Watch the financials. Watch the bonds. Watch the global financial news. Watch the trade news, because that's really what's driving the market right now. And how that goes will determine the flow of the market on the day. How China sets its currency rates, these are the things that are moving the market. So I'll keep an eye on that, and that will determine if we're going to be up or down. And let's see, because I believe there's a weekly trend line on Amazon, I think. One moment, let me pull that chart up. So if you look at the weekly chart on Amazon, it looks very different. The weekly chart looks bullish, and you can see this was the channel that we were in for quite some time, that we got above this, and we've just been sort of grinding away to the upside. So just looking at the bigger picture, the weekly picture, it doesn't look horrible. So we just have to be careful, because everyone is looking at different time frames. But just looking at the weekly, it doesn't look horrible, and we have to see where we bounce. But this, on the weekly time frame, this line is the 1740s, 1730s. We have to see if we're able to stay above that level this week. And if we touch it, do we bounce, or do we roll down to the bottom? And if we roll to the bottom, do we hold the bottom of this channel? Because we have not closed. If you want to go back, the last time we closed, look at that. This is February of 2016. So this is a strong area of demand that we can look to see buyers, if buyers step in, if we get down there. So just giving another perspective on Amazon and looking at it from the weekly view, just to give you an idea of what some people may be looking at on Amazon and what they may be seeing, where on the lower time frames we're seeing bearish. On the higher time frames, they're looking, it's okay, where can I find value on this chart?